question often, what do I eat? What my diet looks like? What does it take to have abs at 44? And I think they just assume that I barely eat and I'm living in a constant calorie deficit, but that cannot be further from the truth. Eating enough food and nutrients is the most important way to manage our weight in this phase of life. So today I'm showing you everything that I eat in an actual day. It's not perfect and it's not like social media worthy. In fact, it's actually pretty boring. But this is literally what I eat on a daily basis in order to stay lean, strong, have energy, and to maintain my results, and also not feel like I'm sacrificing anything. And just a note, I work from home, so I have easy access to prep and cook as I need to. But these are still relatively the same foods that I ate when I worked in the office 5 days a week. It is possible to eat healthy in both situations, but one just requires a little bit more prep. I'm Andrea, and this is episode 6 of my mini series, the After 40 Body Reset. And today I'm walking you through my high protein breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, and my favorite, my nighttime treat. And I'm also showing you the calories and the macro breakdown for each of those with a total roundup for everything at the end. But before we start, there are a couple of free resources that I've linked in the description below and in the comments. Just check them out and see if they could be helpful for you in helping you achieve your goals. Now, let's dive in with breakfast. My breakfast lately has not been very exciting. If you've seen my YouTube video maybe like a month ago or follow me on Instagram, you may have seen that I was posting about my protein coffee because it's been my obsession probably now for the last several months. And it's just super convenient way to get protein in with my coffee first thing in the morning when I don't really feel like eating. What I do is I just get this big Yeti mug. This size in particular can hold all the protein and all the powder. So I just put some almond milk in here first. And then I actually also put collagen powder in it. So there is a lot of powder that goes into this coffee. If you like your coffee to taste like coffee, then I probably wouldn't do this, but I don't really mind it. And I actually really like the flavor of it now. So that's it. So I put the milk and I put the collagen powder in, and then I put some liquid stevia. I like my coffee a little bit sweet. And then because it is November and it's pumpkin spice season, I actually put some pumpkin spice in here. I just started doing this like the last few days and it's so good. So once I put this in, I will brew a first round of coffee on top of this just to get a little bit more liquid to add the protein powder. And then I will take it out, put some protein powder in, blend it together, and then put it back in for a final round. It's a little process. Oh, but I also want to mention that I put creatine powder in it before I brewed it. So I add creatine, collagen, and protein, but I love it. I think it tastes good. And then I also love that it is a very convenient way to get protein in the morning if I don't feel like eating or if I don't have time to eat. And then also it fills me up. It keeps me pretty full for a few hours. So maybe to like 10 or even 11. So I think it's been a great breakfast for me. I know it's not for everybody. And I'm sure at some point I'll get kind of sick of it, but for now it's super good. And the protein I use is this Plant Fusion Complete Protein. It's very good and it's very fine powder. So it mixes really well. Okay, coffee is complete, but I'm going to give it one last mix just to make sure everything's blended. But because that is so boring, I wanted to share a couple other breakfasts with you that I have or will have if I actually want food or if I'm like in a hurry, especially. The first one are these overnight oats. I am obsessed with these. I love these when I travel. I love them when I'm on the go or in a hurry. They're 230 calories, 5 grams of fat, 34 grams of carbs, 5 grams of fiber, and 15 grams of protein. So this is a really great option on the run, or if you like oats. I also sometimes when I'm on vacation will put protein powder in here first. Even though it has 15 grams of protein, I'll put a little bit more. That way I have a full 30 grams of protein for breakfast if I'm traveling. Even when I'm home, I do that as well. And so what you do is you put water in here. There's a fill line the night before, and the next morning you just shake it up. If there's protein in there, you'll maybe want to put a little extra water. But that is a really great option. You can get these at most grocery stores, or I think I got these on Amazon. Oats overnight. And then another great option is cereal. I feel like cereal is so taboo for like health and wellness and fitness, but I don't subscribe to that. This cereal in particular is amazing. It's called 3 Wishes. What I love about this cereal is that there's only 8 ingredients, but they're all natural ingredients, which is amazing. It is also very high in protein. So for 1 cup, there's 8 grams of protein, 20 carbs, 3 grams of fiber, and 1.5 grams of fat. So the macros are really great. It's also a women-owned company, which I love. I just basically like that there's not a ton of ingredients in here, and it has a good amount of protein for what you're getting, and it tastes really good too. They have a whole bunch of different flavors. So that's my still boring, but not so boring breakfast options for you.
I actually also grabbed 2 of these dates as well. I was headed to the gym, so I needed a little bit of carbs and a little bit of sugar to give me some energy, and we keep these on our counter just to grab and go as needed, and it's perfect combined with my protein coffee to give me the right amount of energy for my workout.
I just got back from the gym and I'm ready to have a little snack. So I'm going to have some toast with some peanut butter. I usually slice banana and put it on top, but I actually ate the banana on the way home from the gym. So I'm just going to have some toast and some peanut butter, but I eat Ezekiel bread all the time. And this is the raisin version, which I just keep in the freezer and I just take out a couple slices when I'm ready to eat it. So I'm just going to have a couple slices of this with some peanut butter. I like to have carbs right after my workout because I like for glycogen to go straight to my muscles so I can maximize my muscle gains. And this is the perfect little snack to have because Ezekiel bread has a ton of fiber, has a little bit of protein in it also. And then the fats are typically not great to have with carbs after a workout because it slows the digestion and the processing of the carbs. So it takes longer to get to your muscles. But if I was like really, really super hyper fixated on maximizing my muscle gains, I probably wouldn't have it like when I was competing. But right now I don't care. And this is good and it's quick and it's easy to eat. So this is what I'm going to have. And I just use a crunchy peanut butter and then I put some Splenda on it because I like Splenda and I like it a little bit sweet. Of course, you can skip this part, and then a little bit of cinnamon. And that is it. Much prettier when it has banana slices on it, but this is it. It is lunchtime. This is like a typical lunch for me. I always eat bread. And if you don't know about Hero bread, I'm about to educate you because this is such a good option if you like bread. The brand is Hero. In 1 slice of bread is only 60 calories, 2.5 grams of fat. So maybe a little bit more fat than a regular slice of bread. 13 carbs, 6 grams of protein in 1 slice, and also 12 grams of fiber. So in 2 slices of bread, which I'm going to have, that's 24 grams of fiber, 12 grams of protein, and 26 carbs. A really great option if you want bread. And then also, I don't eat a lot of processed food, but I like foods that are convenient and that are also good for you. And sometimes that could be a processed food. So I use an app called Yuka. I will post it here on the screen so that you can see which one it is. But Yuka is phenomenal. There is a free version. You can scan literally any barcode and it's going to give you a rating on how good that food is. Nutrition wise, it'll tell you how the Hero bread tracks and it'll also tell you what additives are in the actual food. So you can basically read about them and gauge how bad they are for you, how much you want to risk it. The Hero brand always scores really well. They also have bagels that I just bought and I will try, and also flour tortillas, which is how I first saw them. They also have hot dog buns and hamburger buns that are just equally as good and nutritious. So what I will have with that is tuna because it's very quick, very easy, high protein. I buy these packets often because I love to take them on the go with me, and they're particularly good when I travel. Whenever we go skiing, because I don't eat meat, I'll put it in my ski jacket and take it with me. That way at lunch, if I have some vegetarian chili or a salad, I can put this on top. So these are great to travel with. But this packet has 24 grams of protein, 0 fat, 0 carbs. And then I am a weirdo, but I do not mix my tuna with mayonnaise. I do not like mayonnaise, and thankfully, because it's not good for you and has no benefits, but I will literally mix it with mustard and then with some dill relish, also with a green onion that I'll cut up, and then with some tomatoes that I already have sliced in here. So I will make myself a little sandwich, and that will be. I weigh a lot of my food, usually, not all of it. And I just keep this Amazon kitchen scale on my counter all the time. But of course, I'm not weighing my bread. I didn't weigh the tuna because it's already in the package, but I will weigh the avocado that I put on it just because I want to make sure I'm not over consuming fats or sometimes over consuming carbs, like things like pasta or rice. And I also want to make sure I'm getting the amount that I already have in my Fitness Pal allotted for the day. I'm not like super strict about it, but I like to have the data. And then a couple slices of tomato, and then of course my tuna on top, which I already mixed. And I like mustard, so I like it like this. Sometimes I'll also put in like a little vinegar or lemon, but I like that bitter taste. And I feel like it's so good like this. In fact, even my husband, who loves mayo, likes to eat it like this when I make it. So that packet is perfect for one very good, robust sandwich. And there you go. Actually, I would be lying if I said I didn't want this with chips. I love tortilla chips. They are my favorite. I will have a few. This is a perfect, well-balanced meal. Looks amazing. And I will put the macros up here. This is a super high protein, super high fiber, and just enough carbs, just enough fats, everything I need to give me energy, keep me full this afternoon. It is dinner time, and this is real and raw dinner for me. I just showered for the evening after doing my cardio. I am starving. It is 6:06 and I don't have any dinner cooked, nothing prepped. So this is all from scratch that I am showing you. This is my real life of how I prepare dinner when I don't really love to cook, when I am super hungry and I just want to be as quick as possible. So what I have is this frozen tilapia that I get from Costco. It's actually defrosting. It's defrosted now. So they come in these individual packs, but I don't know how many come in here, maybe 10. I cook them all at the same time. I just batch cook the protein when I need it because that way I don't have to cook it tomorrow night for dinner or the next night, and I could just have it for lunch or dinner for the next couple of days. And then also I have a bag of yellow potatoes. So I'm going to wash these and cut them up. I think I'm just going to air fry them just to be as quick as possible. So I'm going to cut those probably into some French fries, stick them in the air fryer. And then I have a frozen bag of broccoli. I have, again, 2 frozen bags because I want to batch cook them. So I have some leftovers for tomorrow. And I'm going to roast some garlic with the broccoli as well. So none of what I'm going to do is rocket science, but just for the sake of it, I'm going to walk you through how I prepare everything. I mean, it's pretty basic, but I would be curious. So that's what I'm going to show you. The oven is preheating to about 450. I'm going to do the vegetables first because they take the longest to roast, and then prepare the fish. I use this avocado spray. This is usually 90% of the oil that I use. I spray it down first so that these don't get stuck, and then I just toss them in the pan. I usually steam broccoli because it's so much quicker that way, but I feel like roasting the garlic. So I'm basically going from like 6 or 7 minutes of the vegetables cooking when I steam them to now 25 or 30 minutes, which is a little bit annoying, but my husband is not home from work yet and he's actually running a little bit late, so I have some time. Once that's done, I just spray the top with a little bit more spray oil, and then I only use garlic powder on the vegetables. You can use whatever you want. These are just like the spices that I've been sticking to lately: garlic, turmeric, and pepper. I salt my food a lot before I eat it, so I don't tend to salt the vegetables or much of anything before I cook it. But I do salt the garlic cloves a little bit because I feel like they taste a little bit better. Okay, so these are done. Next, we're just gonna prep our fish. The fish, when I put it in the oven, only takes about 12 minutes. So that's pretty fast, but we'll prep that and then get that out of the way. The great thing about this fish is that it comes packaged in these individual packs if you just want to defrost a couple at a time. But when you're doing all of them, it's kind of annoying to have to cut them open. This is not the recommended defrosting method. I have been eating this fish for years and defrosting it the same way, which is either pulling that full bag out of the freezer and putting it in the refrigerator for like a day or two, or taking it out the same day like I did today and defrosting it in these packages in a bowl of warm water for like an hour. That is definitely not what it says to do on the package. So I would advise you that if you follow this method, you do this at your own risk, or you follow what the package says. But again, I've been eating this fish for years and preparing it this exact same way. I haven't gotten sick or experienced any negatives with the way that I do it. Okay, so once it's on the tray and laid out as such, spray the top with a little bit of spray oil again. I've actually done it before without spraying this oil on top, and it's perfectly fine. So I don't really know why I do it other than just have it. But I have been obsessed with using turmeric lately. I use turmeric cooking all of my protein, and I swear I got my blood work done recently and my inflammation was so incredibly low. I think it's literally because of turmeric. I mean, probably because I have good habits also, but turmeric is one of the most anti-inflammatory foods like that you could possibly eat on the planet. It's also supposed to be used with black pepper. I think most turmerics are mixed with it, but I just add a little bit of pepper just to make sure I'm maximizing the benefits. I am really generous about the amount of turmeric I use. I don't feel like it has that much flavor. I don't know anybody who like doesn't like the flavor of turmeric because it's pretty mild. And then again, I use garlic powder for everything. And that's literally all I do to prepare my fish. So simple. Yes, it's frozen. Yes, it's probably not the best quality, even though it is from Costco. I try to eat well, but I also need it to be convenient. I need it to be easy. I need it to be accessible because without that, I will just default to whatever is available. So this is my method of eating clean, of eating healthy, and trying to make the best decision I can. I love potatoes. I just naturally like potatoes more than rice or other carbs. If you love rice, totally have that. That could be done in minutes, but you get so much more bang for your buck with potatoes in terms of calories and also nutrients. The amount of potatoes that you can have for the same calories as rice is so much more. But also French fries are one of my favorite foods, guilty pleasures. So the fact that I can kind of recreate them in an air fryer is very appealing to me. And then also they last longer. So if I bulk cut, or I'm going to bulk cut all of these potatoes that you could probably see, they last a long time. Whereas rice, I think you can't, or you shouldn't, not that you can't, but you shouldn't eat it if it's older than like a couple days or something because it develops some bacteria. I will spray them with, again, some oil and then top it with everything but the bagel seasoning. These all in my air fryer will probably take 30 minutes or so. So hopefully this all comes together at the same time, but I will show you the finished product so you don't have to sit here and cut potatoes with me. Dinner is served already and plated, and this is literally less than 300 calories. I think it's 290 calories. So I have 125 ounces of air fried potatoes, 5 ounces of tilapia, some broccoli, some garlic, and that is it. So it's obviously a huge plate of food, but all whole foods, all single ingredients with great seasonings, low calorie, no fat. If you wanted to add a fat to this, add some avocado, or in lieu of the spray oil, I might have added some olive oil. So this is dinner, and I have a ton left over for leftovers. So the rest of this week should be very low maintenance. This probably all took 45 minutes when it was all said and done. I'm going to go enjoy, and then I will show you what I eat for my nighttime snack, sweet treat. Okay, so I am making my little sweet treat dessert, but it is healthy. Non-fat Greek yogurt, some blueberries, walnuts. Sometimes I'll do almonds, some cacao nibs, cinnamon, and Splenda, because I happen to like Splenda. But you can use agave or honey or no sweetener at all. This bowl is 300 or 400 calories, which seems like a lot, but it's very healthy for you. It lowers your blood pressure overnight. It helps with inflammation and it helps you sleep better. Sometimes I have dinner so close to this, like I did tonight, so I'm still a little full, but it is a non-negotiable priority for me to get my protein in, or at least get as close as I can. I eat 140 grams of protein a day, and that's a lot of protein. It takes a lot of food to get that in. If you haven't tried cacao nibs, I would not sleep on these. They are a superfood. They're not very sweet, but they're crunchy, so I like that. And they just have a lot of micronutrient benefits. And that is it. It is high protein, little sweet treat that has a lot of nutrients, and it kind of fills that sugar craving. This is what it looks like. Super good, super filling, high protein. So that is my full day of eating. Let's calculate my total calorie and macro breakdown for the day. So my calorie goal is around 2,000 and I ate just around 1,800. So a little bit lower. My protein was right on the mark, around 150. My carbs are also really close. My fats for the day came in a little bit under my goal of 60 grams, which is okay. Is this exact every single day? No, I'm human. Some days I eat 1,700 calories. Some days I eat 2,300 calories. Some days I eat 120 grams of protein. Other days I'm eating 170 grams of protein. It all really depends on how my day goes, how busy I am. But what matters the absolute most more than anything is to aim for consistency over the week and not perfection every single day. And that's a strategy that's helped me maintain my weight for over 8 years. So there are 4 things that I want you to take away from this. First, I am not eating 1,200 calories or in a constant state of a calorie deficit. I'm not even in a calorie deficit. I eat around 2,000 calories a day and I maintain my results for over 8 years. I am proof that you do not need to starve yourself to stay lean. You have to fuel your body properly. And before you say, I just come from good genetics, I literally come from a family that is all overweight. Second, I prioritize protein, even though I don't eat meat. I had 149 grams a day. That's what builds and maintains muscle. And most importantly, that's what helps keep my metabolism running strong. Third, I eat foods that I actually really like. Greek yogurt, bread, potatoes, peanut butter. I'm not suffering through meals that I hate and through foods that are disgusting. Like, I genuinely look forward to them. And fourth, I am not perfect. Many days, I have way more tortilla chips than you saw me eat. I snack on them when I'm bored sometimes, or I have handfuls of chocolate covered almonds that I didn't plan for, but I don't let it derail my progress, which is primarily mental. I enjoy them and then I move on. This is what real sustainable eating looks like. Not social media or Instagram perfection, but real life. If you want help to start making progress towards your weight loss goals, I have a free metabolism quiz. It'll help you figure out which metabolism type you have, where you're starting from, and give you a personalized plan to start moving the needle. The link is in the description below and also pinned in the comments. And if you want to start tracking your foods like I do, download MyFitnessPal and just observe for 1 week. Don't make any changes, just see what you are actually eating. And if you have no idea how to use MyFitnessPal, I have a free guide also linked in the description and then pinned in the comments that will help you get started, help you set up your account, navigate the app, and get yourself going. Because you can't change what you can't see, and nutrition is where it all starts. This is episode 6 of the After 40 Body Reset, a 6-episode mini-series talking about everything fitness and nutrition for women after 40. If you haven't watched episodes 1 through 5 yet, go back and watch them in order. I will link the playlist here and they're all on my channel. And stick around for a bonus episode 7 next week, where I'm talking about and showing you how I've actually maintained my results for over 8 years. And this is a real messy middle that not many people talk about. So make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss it, and I will see you in the next video.